Good evening, here is the news. In the House of Commons today, there were stormy exchanges from both sides of the House during a discussion on the Prime Minister's forthcoming visit to the United States. Using the new abbreviated form of speech introduced into the Commons to save time, the Foreign Secretary replied to the MP for N2, Mr. BF, and said that the PM should P&O to the US as air travel was NBG for a VIP. In the 707, anyone could KO the PM and the UN could do FA. The latest trade figures are described as encouraging by the Chancellor of the Exchequer. The October figures... I'm awfully sorry, we seem to be picking up sound from another studio. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Hello? Yes? Yes, of course I can hear it. Yes, of course I can. It's Jackanory. Well, yes, I watch it sometimes, yes, I do. Yes, very well. Yes, very well. I apologize for the sound breakthrough. It is being traced. Meanwhile, I will continue. Inflation still continues to rise at an alarming rate. Mrs. Thatcher, attacking the government's policy, said, once upon a time, there were 3 bears. I'm sorry. Once upon a time, there were $3 to the pound. And then there were 2. 2 little dollar bills sitting on the wall. One named Peter and one named Paul. Fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter. Come back in the days before the Labour government took over. She was greeted with loud cheers, and then she went home and had tea in the nursery with lots of lovely jelly and jam. And she ate so much that she was sick. Sport. Bob Fairbrother, now fully recovered from the leg injury, had originally agreed to play this Saturday, but has now stated that he cannot, as his mummy won't let him. He says he can't come out to play until he's done his homework. Now it's time for another adventure about little Ben, the wedge of wood. Little Ben was always being hard done by because he was only made of wood, and being wedge-shaped made it even worse because people used to tread on his thin end and kick his fat end. And he was always afraid to walk down the street because he was frightened of the boy who lived at number 10. He was called Sunny Jim, but he wasn't sunny at all, really. In the boy next door, Dennis the Menace, used to tease little Ben because he was different from them, and then they'd run away and he would be left on his own. And he'd say, why am I always left? So he went to see Jenkins. He went to see Jenkins the Wizard, who lived far away in the Welsh mountains, and who sometimes turned into a big green dragon and other times wore a white collar. And he told Jenkins the Wizard he was always left, and Jenkins the Wizard said, don't be silly, of course you're not left. That's ridiculous. My advice to you is to go for a trot. Go for lots of trots. With a few trots behind you, you can't be left, can you? And with that, he turned into a green dragon again and ordered a large gin and tonic.